The Oscar goes to Regina King!
This is the first Oscar and nomination for Regina King.
Hey everyone, it's your favorite gossip girl back with some juicy news. This video is going to be about the queen of strong characters, Regina King. After winning an Oscar and Emmy Award, Regina suddenly went off the grid. No one knew where she was and what she was doing. Some of the insiders report that this has a lot to do with her personal life, which was in turmoil. She had to face one thing after another, and this broke her to a point that she couldn't handle her glamorous career anymore. But what exactly happened that turned Regina King's life upside down? Let's find it all out together. Regina King looked like a woman who would never have any problem in life because she had the perfect career, the most perfect husband, and the perfect son. But it all went down the drain pretty quickly, and Regina was left with nothing.
I was safe. I was safe.
The first curveball that Regina had to tackle was her breakup with Ian Alexander, whom she married back in 1997. The two were a match made in heaven, and they remained together till 2007. Their marriage ended in a pretty ugly divorce, but Regina never talked about it until she spilled the beans in an interview. She said that marriage has been the most difficult part of her love life, and that's probably because she already is a child of divorce, and now her own marriage has reached the same conclusion. But she didn't lose her faith in love because after she recovered from the divorce, she met a man from The Cosby Show. His name was Malcolm Jamal, and although it took Regina 4 years, she was finally ready to move on from Ian. So she decided to go with the flow and see if anything happens with Malcolm. This wasn't the first time they were meeting because Regina was friends with Malcolm back in the 80s when both of them were at the peak of their careers. But they again bumped into each other in 2011 and became inseparable. Their relationship got so much coverage, mainly because they were the new power couple of Hollywood everyone was vouching for. According to Regina, this was the perfect time for them to date because when they met in the 80s, they both had a career to build, so they didn't want to be tied down. But now they want the same things, and it's probably the best thing that's happened to her in a while. Regina didn't talk much about this breakup either, but she did hint us how Malcolm actually broke things off, and it surely wasn't pretty.
My own personal feelings about that, because it personally affects me. But even outside of that, you just look at just how the media is playing this whole thing out, and I can't help but think about.
She revealed that her ex broke up with her on Valentine's Day, and then he sent her flowers. A card in those flowers said that he still loves her. This made Regina furious, so she threw out the flowers in the trash. She did hint that everyone knows who the man is, and it most probably was Malcolm. So, things with Malcolm didn't end on good terms either. The couple stayed together for 2 years, and insiders reported that Regina was heartbroken after the breakup, and she couldn't focus on anything. The worst part is that Malcolm allegedly left Regina only because he wasn't feeling the vibe in their relationship anymore. So, Regina was basically dumped by a man whom she truly loved. It was really hard for her to love and trust someone after divorcing Ian, and this breakup made her miserable. And this isn't even it, because Regina was living with Malcolm at that time along with her son, Ian Alexander Jr., so Malcolm actually asked them to move out of his house as soon as possible. Regina basically was alone and homeless within a day. But considering her net worth, she already had a lavish place to stay. But getting dumped and kicked out isn't the ideal situation for any woman out there. Amid all this, Regina was also having a pretty bumpy relationship with her ex-husband, Ian Alexander. There was a lot of tension between the two, and they couldn't be in one room without arguing. Soon, Regina realized that it's not how she wants her son to see his parents. She knew how hard it is to survive a broken home, and she didn't want her son to go through the same things she went through. So Ian Alexander and Regina agreed on a truce that they'll try to be good co-parents to their son. But just when things started to get a little stable in Regina's life, she got hit with the biggest tragedy any person can experience. Regina lost her only son, the son she was trying to give a better life, and it completely changed her life. And the fact that he took his own life was unimaginable for Regina. She never in her wildest dreams thought about being without her son, and even considered it terrifying when she portrayed the character of a woman who lost her son.
Really sad story out of Hollywood tonight where tragedy has struck Oscar-winning actress Regina King. Her 26-year-old son, Ian Alexander Jr., her only son, committed suicide just days after his birthday. Alexander was a musician and DJ. He had just released a new single January 7th and had performances scheduled in LA later this month.
Regina took the loss of her son in the worst way possible and went into a state of grievance that put a stop to her career as well. But it's justified considering how close Regina was to her son. They went to award shows together, and he even went to the Golden Globes with his mother to show his support. He also got matching tattoos with his mother in Aramaic that said unconditional love. So it's clear that Ian Alexander Jr. was really close to his mother and loved her dearly. He was an up-and-coming artist too, but before his mother could see him achieving great things, he took his own life. The real reason why Ian Jr. lost his life is yet to be disclosed, but he posted a few things on Twitter just 5 days before he took his life. And these tweets actually give us an idea of what he was going through. He posted his first tweet on January 15, 2022, saying that he doesn't think Instagram is a healthy place for him. He also gave reference to the SpongeBob episode where someone gets inside SpongeBob's head and there are a bunch of SpongeBobs just losing their mind and stuff is on fire. Ian said that he can relate to that episode. So we can only imagine the kind of pressure Ian Alexander was experiencing, especially when he had to come up with a new album really soon. And social media wasn't making things easy for him at all. Regina reportedly regrets not comforting her son while he was posting things like this, but she obviously didn't know that a person so full of life would ever go to this extent. Regina said on multiple occasions that she's really proud of her son, and he made it really easy on her to be a single parent because it was really hard to manage motherhood and her career all alone. However, after having a miserable love life, Regina had one string of hope in her son that she lost, and now she's taking a little break from everything. Regina has been off the grid and isn't posting much on social media either, so fans have no way of knowing if she's fine or not. But her friend, Vivica Fox, recently went to her house and met her because Regina invited her. Vivica was really nervous as soon as she received a text from Regina. She didn't know how to console someone who has lost her entire life. But she went to Regina on the weekend and revealed that Regina is overwhelmed by the amount of love and wishes everyone is sending her way. She also said that she hugged Regina and looked into her eyes, which were full of grief, but she was still holding it all in. Vivica also said that Regina was trying to build herself back together and that she seemed emotionally strong. But it's surely going to take some time, considering how big of a tragedy Regina has endured. Vivica also talked about spreading awareness to mental illnesses, which was another hint that Regina's son was probably in depression or a lot of stress. We can only imagine how hard it's going to be for Regina to process all this, but fans are hoping that she has someone by her side with whom she could talk to. Regina revealed a few years back that she's really bad at dating and hardly gets any time to go out with anyone. It's the reason why her dating life is in spat for quite a while now. But fans are hoping that Regina has found someone to share her grief with, or else getting back to her normal life would be really hard for her. Regina has only made a couple of appearances since her tragic loss, and she's not planning on getting back in the industry anytime soon. Her life has been so full of struggles that it's probably a good idea for her to step back and take a deep breath before actually moving on to other projects. Are you waiting for Regina's return to the big screen? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for the latest celebrity updates. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and thanks for watching.